Hello, welcome again to the Kidney Kitchen. To say I'm super excited about today is a big understatement. You might see that I've been joined by these two lovely ladies. They've overtaken my kitchen today. We're going to be cooking some great food.
Hi Paul.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
And I'm Della.
How you doing?
And I'm Haley.
I came forward as a potential living donor for my brother who had kidney failure, but I'm also the founder of Gift of Living Donation, and we raise awareness of living donation in the Black community.
Thank you. And I'm Haley. What happened, I had received a kidney transplant in 2017. I am a wife and a mother and enjoy cooking.
Caribbean oven-baked fish.
Ah, wonderful.
Looks great.
Great. Shall I tell you what we're going
Crack
to do?
on, talk us through what we're doing.
Well, first I have the lemon. I would prepare the fish by marinating the fish, and here are the ingredients to marinate the fish. The lemon, here's the fish, and these are some of the stuff I'd put into the fish. I put the spring onion, coriander, some basil, chili pepper, garlic, and onion. First, I would have, I've already washed in my salmon. Here I'm going to put it in the dish.
Can we use any other fish?
Well, besides,
salmon?
of course you can. You can use sea bream, sea bass, if you like snapper. Those are the fish you can use.
Sure.
If you eat anything that that is permissible to use as a kidney patient in terms of fish, because we most that patients dialysis are restricted as to what fish you do. I'm going to squeeze the lemon into the bowl over the salmon. I'm going to give it a nice marinade, ready to be.
That really gets in there, doesn't it? It almost starts to cook the fish, doesn't it, in a way?
It does. Yeah. That's what lemon does. And
I've got to add at this point that it's a very traditional African and Caribbean tradition to use lemon to season up fish, meat, or anything like that, or chicken. So that's to add that to that.
Now you remember at the beginning I show you what goes into marinade. Here's one we did earlier, and this is about a tablespoon and a half of marinade. So I'm just going to put it over the salmon.
You can almost smell the heat coming from the chili. You know.
Right, and I think that's it. Yeah, the fish is
Could you use the same marinade with chicken and that, could you as well?
You can, yes. I probably I don't always use the basil because the basil is in the marinade, but probably I minus the basil and use the thyme alone in it.
Sure.
And now we can set this aside and put some cling film if you have.
No problem.
And we can put this in, we can marinate it for salmon. I tend to prefer to use the salmon marinade for an hour because I think the salmon starts cooking once you put the marinade into it. And then we can put this in the fridge. I'll set this aside. What can I ask you to do?
No problem.
Thank you very much.
And Haley, we did say that depending on whether you're African or Caribbean, because we know a little bit like different heat.
Yes.
So if you're African and you like a little bit hot, you can just add a couple
more.
Add a bit more chili, add a little bit more Scotch bonnet to it, just to give it that extra heat. That's important as well. Because we do like our heatness in the African communities. So,
good.
Yes.
And you'd realise when I talked about the marinade, I didn't add any salt, and that's deliberate because as a patient on dialysis, you don't need any salt, and then you ask yourself, now what am I going to use for flavour? And I use, I sometimes use the sweet chili, and I add the vinegar, and that kind of gives it a flavour. Or you may put a teaspoon of sugar in your marinade, and that also gives an oomph to the meat or the fish that you preparing.
That's an hour past.
Wow, this is
and now,
actually, smell it. It's really, really, you can actually smell the flavours coming out of that fish.
Thank you, Della.
It's really nice.
Let's put this aside. Here's our salmon. And now you can see the salmon is well marinated. It's nice and pink, and you can see the seasoning is all well into the fish. And then this is what I call marinated Caribbean oven baked fish. You can see my salmon.
That's what you mean by cooking the fish. So the sort of lemon juice has gone right into it, isn't it?
That's correct, yes. Not actually cooking. Sorry, folks, it's not actually cooking in the marinade, but it's all soaked into the seasoning.
The flavours have got right into it, haven't they?
And you can smell it.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. So this fish now is nothing else to do but ready for the oven.
So do you want me to grease
So
this
Della,
for
could you put some oil in that dish and give it a little grease? And you may be wondering why I'm giving it a bit of grease. It's simply because to give it a bit of color when I put it in the oven, and I don't like to avoid the fish from sticking too much onto the dish. So
and this
Della,
is
carry
just,
on,
this is
please.
just ordinary vegetable oil, sunflower oil. It's got a little bit. I'm just going to use that just to grease the pan.
There we go.
In the oven she goes. Perfect. See you in 20 minutes.
That's it. Now the fish is in the oven. Let's get on with our sautéed vegetables to accompany the fish. Paul.
Bit of chopping needed, is it? Bit of
Yeah,
chopping.
Oh my gosh, thank you
So I'm
very
going to
much.
get you guys to help me out. You think you're going to stand here for your good looks?
No
Please,
problem.
So Paul, you do the spring onion and the
Do you want me
carrots.
to do the
Yes,
peppers?
and if you do the
Great.
peppers, yes.
And how much?
And I
and
want
how we
you,
want
Paul,
them?
please. Yes, good. And I want you to strip them as well, and I'll do the cabbage. Now, so here I'm going to cut the cabbage in half first.
It's the same, too many chefs. It's the same, too many chefs.
So you can see lots of activity taking place in the kitchen.
It's quite important that we're doing this today because we know that within our community, food is very important. It's part of our identity. And sometimes with all the restrictions we have, you know, in terms of our diet, we're hoping that this kind of recipes will kind of encourage a lot more people to take part in cooking as
Absolutely.
individuals, as in their families.
Beautiful vegetables, green, the colors are wonderful. Thank you, Della and Paul.
You're welcome.
No problem, we did okay?
Excellent. Now these veggies are going to go into the boiling water. It doesn't really matter in what order you put the veg, they all need to go into the pan. So don't worry about whether it's the carrots or whatever goes in first. So I'll get a second plate. So these veggies are going to be boiling here for about 2 to 3 minutes because I want to maintain the crispiness of the vegetables when I saute them into the oil. So here we go. Now you can see the water now is completely covered the veg. What I tend to do with the vegetables, I just wait until it gets a bit bubbly, and then I remove it immediately, strain it, and then it's ready to go into the pan to be sauteed. Yes? And then you saute for about 5 minutes, and that's it. Remember, you're getting rid of the potassium, don't forget, that's why we are boiling. I think the vegetables are ready. So Paul, can you take these off the fire
No
for
problem
me?
at all, chef.
And
Give them a
just
drain.
drain them, yes, please. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of oil. I'm ready for the veg now, Paul.
Chef.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Kept its colour nicely.
It sure did. And this is wonderful. Looking at this now. My mouth is watering. Ooh,
Looking good.
yes. The colors.
That's really nice.
Actually,
nice rainbow
Yes.
of colours there.
Then
actually.
you say rainbow, I say carnival.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
That's it. Oh, it certainly is hot, hot, hot.
It's really great.
These are the vegetables. Can you take the fish out of the oven for me, Paul?
Yes, chef. 20 minutes gone? Yeah.
Yes, exactly 20 minutes, and that summer looks nice, don't you think?
That's really nice.
All ready for now for plating.
There's your plate.
So let's have that dish there, and I'm going to put the veg in the dish, all of it.
Still a bit of crunch to that?
Yes, I can feel it. Right, and here we have our sauteed Caribbean fish on a bed of sauteed vegetables. Isn't this?
Looks
wonderful?
great.
Looks
Absolutely
really
lovely.
nice.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
try
I was
this.
going to say that actually.
Look at that.
Wow, that is absolutely lovely.
That's
Oh, my
it.
stomach's rumbling already.
Just got one more thing to do now. We've got to invite Laura, our dietitian, here with us today, just to come and try some fish, see what she thinks. She'll
yes,
keep
you
an eye on
will.
us, though, but she will. I'm sure she will.
Let's
Hi.
Hello, Laura.
How are you? This smells amazing.
Try it.
And doesn't it look lovely and
have our
colourful?
oven baked fish and some sauteed vegetables.
So, I've got to go first, have
Absolutely.
I?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's,
Give us your verdict.
you've added some spices and things to it, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
Not too spicy though for you, Laura, I hope.
No, well, spice can be quite good for somebody if they've got any taste changes with their kidney disease, especially perhaps before they start any treatment for it. So that can be good. Although we do say, I've been making a mess, that sometimes the spicy things can make you a bit more thirsty. So if you're on a fluid restriction, you have to be a bit more careful.
Here we go, there we go. I went for you to ladies first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've got to try
Thank
it.
you.
That's nice, really lovely.
It's going to go next.
What a small piece that is.
I think she wanted it.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely. And
Yep.
actually, it's not too. How did you find it? It's not too
Not
spicy.
too spicy. Now, I was
Yeah.
a little bit worried, but
You know, and you
Feels
said
nice.
it sometimes. The spice,
it can be a good thing.
good thing. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
really
especially if
good.
you're not used to those flavours, because you're not expecting it to taste a certain way. It's good to use some different spices.
Because I know within the Afro-Caribbean community we have a lot of pepper, but I think this is just actually right. So well done, Hayley.
Thank you very much.
And we were talking about maybe you'd serve it with something else as well. So you've got your vegetables and you've got your protein here. What would we use as our kind of starchy food? You know, obviously we use a lot of rice and pasta and a little bit of potato. What would you add to this meal?
I think, especially within the African community, I would suggest yam. We do eat quite a bit of yam, and also rice. We love rice, so I think that would actually be a great complement to rice or to yam.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
And from the Caribbean point of view, we will also eat it with rice as well as some pasta and pasta or spaghetti and some corn pie.
Corn pie. Yeah, good. It's a very you can use that as a if you're having a dinner party or something, ideal for that. But again, it's just as quick to do it if you come home from work or whatever.
Really
You
quick,
just want to
yes,
make it
yes.
quickly as
And
well.
salmon doesn't take long to cook.
Absolutely.
Prepare,
Yeah, it looks
Paul, do you want?
I'd like to try some. You bet.
Um,
Yeah.
And we've boiled the vegetables today to make
We
sure that
do.
it is suitable for somebody on a low
That's
potassium
correct.
diet.
That's
But
correct.
if you had a transplant or you didn't need a low potassium diet, if you're on peritoneal dialysis, you wouldn't have to do that step. You could just sort of saute them as they are.
Yes, that's correct.
And that's a good portion size, that, Laura? Just about right.
Yeah, no, I
one
think
meal?
that's
That's
done
good.
perfectly.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're used to it with your family, aren't you?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you for trying it. Glad you
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Great. All right.